Alright, so figured I'd do an overview of the tank video. Kind of a full setup, covering top to bottom. So here's the Chinese BioPro seamless, basically a 40-gallon aquarium. I think the manufacturers spec it out to liters. Manufactured in the Orient, it works out to 39 some odd gallons, basically a 40-gallon. Seamless glass aquarium. It's not acrylic, which I like about it. Previously, before this tank, I had a 50-gallon, $50, 50-gallon, buck a gallon cheap tank that some guy had made for me. It was a brackish tank, and it was, you can see we got some natural light here. Way off into the corner over there. Too bright, too much algae growth, too much uncontrollable light, basically. A bad idea to begin with, but it lasted. I stuck with it for about 4 years and was happy to get away from it. So after 4 years of, cheap crap tank with no rim, salt creep, garbage everywhere, frustrated, just general appearance, my goal with this tank, with the Reef tank, to finish off these puffers acclimation, right? My goal was clean, sleek, clean. I can't say it 3 times. That's what I wanted from this understated, clean look. So I'm thinking I achieved that. I'm happy with how it's turned out. Shouts to Tyler Johnson for the hook on the side. Saving me with them paper towels. Love that. As much as my girlfriend loves it, she loves it more. Alright. So yeah, we got the full overview here of the completed setup, basically. Most of my, that's the one downer with this. I got this rig for about $150 for the stand and tank without top, so I had to give my own first, personal kind of attempt at glass cutting. And it's not like this was an easy cut to make, right? This was a pretty complicated cut to make. And things went quite well, starting kind of down here and cutting all the way around is the way that I cut. And I was just hoping to come up the second, really it's actually one curve. This whole front edge is one confusing radius, kind of double cornered radius thing. But I got most of the piece, then I slapped a little piece on the corner, and all in all it works. So yeah, that's the cheap canopy that I'd like to fill in with some chicken wire mesh kind of fishnet acrylic top combo. I'm gonna cut that out with a scroll saw. Get some of that material. But yeah, so got the Kessel A150 cheap full spectrum canopy top. Both are hung from fishing wire. Kind of unorthodox hanging, which managed to give me a great positioning for those. Get your hang on back, mechanical filtration, a protein skimmer. Pretty cheap protein skimmer. It's not really working right now. Get a new air stone in there. Yeah. The Coralia Smart Wave running 2 425s in there. Champ. And yeah, things doing great. Fantastic. Here's something that I was going to ask, see what you guys' opinion on that power plug is. You can see a little bit of salt creep, so obviously there's some moisture getting there, but I've never cleaned the back of my annoying center post here, center bracket. So that's about 6 months worth of accumulation. So I don't imagine that little power plug extension cord with this little USB thing will be a problem. But what I had running there was kind of like a 3-tier system where both the full spectrum and Kessel would go on from 12 till 6. The full spectrum white, the whiter light would turn off, giving me just the 15K closer to actinic appearance till about 6 p.m. And after that, leaving this little tiny LED thing on, which is more or less the reason I've made this video. Everything's going really great. I got a protein, not a protein, skimmer. A carbon GFO reactor that I'm going to run and hook up. Well, what I was thinking of running and down on the side here was going to look really sleek. I may end up actually bracketing it right onto the side of the wall there at water level. But we'll see. That little LED USB plug, was running this nice little, what eventually was too bright of an LED strip. So I have another one that's actually going to be touch sensitive coming, so I'm going to be able to just touch it at the top to turn on the night light on and off, which should be handy. But yeah, reason for making the video is this great power adapter that I got from Walmart. Actually, it's got good surge protection. I forget the actual wattage. It was way more than I would have needed, even with all 10 plugs and surge protection with some couple USB things, which is handy, I guess. I found an alternate use for this LED strip. I'm always digging around in here for media or, testing stuff or whatever. But super handy, and absolutely, man, label those damn power cords. My goodness. Finally did that. I'm never going to mess around with that stuff again. But that has been a great addition to this tank, setting that up clean. Got a couple timers running here. Super clean. I couldn't really ask for more, and the setup is showing it. I think numbers are fantastic. Once I get a better top cut, she's gonna be a beaut. But that's the full overview here. Let me know your opinions, thoughts, comments, criticism. Hit me.